So hello guys, and welcome back to the USDE Travel Channel, and today I am back at Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport, which, as you know from my previous videos, is United Airlines hub. But today I'm actually not going to be flying on United Airlines. I'm going to be flying on American Airlines up to Chicago's O'Hare Airport aboard a Boeing 737-800 and domestic first class. This will be a really interesting experience, as I have not flown American Airlines for at least 15 years since I was a little kid, and it's going to be interesting to see how they stack up to United Airlines and how the COVID factor has factored into their first class product. A lot of airlines are kind of slashing their product that they're giving you, and it'll be interesting to see how that affects first class. This is one of 3 flights I'll be taking today, all throughout the United States on 3 different airlines. So it'll give you a real chance to compare different US carriers, and as a spoiler, none of them will be United Airlines. I've done that airline way too much in my previous videos, but I'll leave you in suspense for the other 2 airlines. So follow me along today up to Chicago, and let's fly American Air. So for Priority Pass members in Terminal A, you can enjoy $28 worth of free food and beverages in this Cadillac bar. That's the only lounge service. Other than that, in Terminal A, it's just the usual mix of shops and cafes, including a Starbucks and a convenience store to get some snacks and drinks before your flight. In Terminal A, there is also an American Airlines Admirals Club, which is their first class lounge. Unfortunately, this lounge is only open to people who have an Admirals Club subscription or are flying first class on a flight to Europe or Latin America or Asia. So even with my first class ticket, I did not get access to this club. And here is my ride up to Chicago today, a 10-year-old Boeing 737-800 delivered new to American back in 2010. So as a first-class passenger, I was able to board the aircraft early. Upon boarding the aircraft, you receive a small goodie bag from the flight attendant, which I will go into more detail in the later part of the video. And here is a first-class cabin in a 2-2 configuration. Compared to, say, United's domestic first class, I find this cabin to be much more modern and clean-looking, and the seats look to be more inviting than United's. Now, a seat tour of the first-class seat. Here is the literature holder and the magazine, which American is still providing, and the seat back pocket here, which has very good size. You can definitely fit it. You see an iPad and your phone and chargers. The tray table is here on your left side. It pops out just like on most domestic first class cabins. Here's a central console and the controls for the seat. The seat does recline further than what you find in economy. And here is storage as well as the USB port and the charger. The legroom here is, as you'd expect, very good for first class and very comfortable for this short 2-hour flight. And here is the first class tray table. Here is the half size. This flips up. You can put your phone or your tablet there to use it as a stand if you're watching a movie. Also good just to put a drink cup. And here it is in the full size. As you can see, it's about twice the size of that which you get in economy class. And here is the little goodie bag you get from the flight attendant. It includes a Clorox wipe, which I already had used previously, a small bottle of water here to keep you hydrated, and a little biscotti. If you're flying an economy class on American Airlines, this is all you get for the entire flight. There was no drink service. There was also no food service of any type in economy class, so it's highly recommended to purchase food and beverages in the airport before you board the plane, because again, this is all that you get. The food service in first class was better than economy, but also very small. Your options were between this barbecue chicken sandwich or a fruit and cheese board. The sandwich came with a small packet of mayo, as well as a white chocolate chip cookie for dessert. There was also a drink service with alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages you could get complimentary. So even though there were no seatback TVs on this flight, there was in-flight entertainment. There is Wi-Fi on this flight, which you can buy for $16, which I thought was very expensive and did not get it. But on the American Airlines app, you connect to their Wi-Fi and watch movies, TV shows, and even live TV for free during the entire duration of the flight. For me, the highlight of this flight was this impressive view of downtown Chicago. We got in our approach to O'Hare. You can make out the landmarks such as the Hancock Tower and Lakeshore Drive, as well as Lake Michigan and the northern parts of Chicago. It's always really special to get an up-close view of a beautiful city like this when you're flying. As I said earlier, I had not flown American Airlines for at least 15 years and had never tried out their first class product. But after flying with them today, I can say that American's domestic first class product is pretty good. The seat was really comfortable for first class. The pitch was okay, but the seat was very modern, clean, and looked a lot less tattered and worn than, say, United's domestic first class product. The cabin crew was very nice. They were always smiling despite the difficult circumstances, and the in-flight entertainment was quite good. As I said, they had free movies, free live TV, which I love that feature. It makes you feel connected with the outside world. The Wi-Fi, though, was very pricey, I found, especially when you compare it to some of their competitors like Southwest and JetBlue. As far as the food goes, it was a very limited service. There was no menu, no tray, no silverware, all the other things you expect in first class, but they did give you pretty good food for free, so I can't really complain. So after dinner today, I can say that American's first class product domestic is a pretty good service and worth trying out. So hello everyone from a very sunny Chicago O'Hare International Airport, and after a pretty enjoyable flight on American Airlines, which you've just seen me do my full review on, I am now getting ready to board a Delta A320 down to Atlanta, Georgia, which is their hub. This is the first time I've flown a Delta since November of last year. I flew them on an international route from Frankfurt, Germany to New York in their Comfort Plus class, which is sort of equivalent to United's Economy Plus class, and had a really enjoyable experience with Delta. Usually in the ranking of the United States' three legacy carriers, Delta is usually ranked number one, ahead of United and American. So I'm going to be putting that to the test today, be flying in economy class, actually book their basic economy fare, which is their lowest fare, and seeing how their economy class compares to the economy class that I just flew on United Airlines up to Newark, a previous video that you can watch right here on this channel. So let's fly Delta down to Atlanta and see how their COVID economy class is. Here at O'Hare Airport, there's also a Delta Sky Club, but having booked an economy class ticket, I unfortunately did not have access to this lounge. If you've ever been here, let me know in the comments how it is, because it looked pretty nice from the outside. And here's my ride down to Atlanta today, a 28-year-old Airbus A320 delivered to Northwest Airlines in 1992 before being transferred to Delta in 2010. And here's the cabin of that A320. Here is the domestic first class in a 2-2 configuration, followed by Delta's Comfort Plus class in a usual 3-3 configuration. This, as I said, is like United's Economy Plus class. It offers more legroom and dedicated overhead bins for Comfort Plus. And here's the usual economy, also in a 3-3 configuration. And now the seat tour of the economy seat on Delta. Here is the in-flight entertainment system with a wide variety of movies and TV shows. I'll get into that a bit more in detail later in the video. Here is the tray table. As you can see, it's a normal size for economy, slides in and slides out. Also on the IFE is the headphone jack and the USB. I love having a USB right there. It's very convenient for the flight. The seatbelt pocket was of a pretty big size, especially for economy, perfect for putting in your phone and your cords. The legroom was okay. It did get a bit tight at times, but for an hour-and-a-half flight, it really wasn't that bad at all. And I really like the look of the overhead system where the vents are and the reading light. Very modern, very cool, and I like the mood lighting all throughout. Also between each seat in economy is a universal power outlet. And now I'd like to show you the in-flight entertainment system in more detail. As you can see, Delta provides a really wide variety of movies and TV shows to choose from on this flight, and a nice size screen, especially for economy class, bigger than United's, for example. The live TV has a lot less channels than United, but the same that American had, about 12 channels to choose from, news and sports, all that kind of stuff. As far as information for the flight, there is a flight map that was pretty well detailed, and that also gives you information about not only where you are, but also how far away you are from landing, altitude, all the information that you would like to know during the flight. Yeah, I thought this was a really cool system, especially for economy. Really offered a lot.
Aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas are clear.
As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten,
Insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened.
And now my second goodie bag of the day, the only service in economy class here, includes again a small bottle of water, a little bag of Cheez-Its as the snack choice, as well as the same biscotti cookies that the other airlines have been giving out. Both American and United had the same brand of cookies I found interesting. And also you have two of these small Purell wipes that you get in the bag. They also hand you one when you board. So, hello guys, now from Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. This is one of the busiest airports in the world, and I believe behind Dubai Airport has the most amount of connections through here. Pretty much every commercial airport in the United States is accessible via Atlanta. It's just a gigantic airport, even though Atlanta is not that big of a city. I think it's like top 15, but this is just a huge airport. But anyway, just arrived here on the Delta flight. That was pretty good. To me, it had a lot of similarities with United's basic economy class. A nice size screen for entertainment, a nice flight map, nice movies, nice TV show. I also like the USB port and the outlet that was there to help charge your stuff. A nice size basket for your stuff within the seat, and a pretty comfortable seat all the way around. But once again, you know, just the normal little bag of goodies with the biscotti and everything in it. So if you fly during COVID, be prepared to get these little goodie bags full of stuff, and that's it. Not really a lot of choices. They did not come around for a drink service, so no drinks on here, while there was a drink service, at least in first class on American Airlines. So all in all, a pretty good flight from Delta. And now I am going on my final flight of the day on the largest low-cost carrier of the United States, and that is Southwest Airlines, from here in Atlanta to Houston's Hobby Airport. Houston has two airports, George Bush and Hobby. Hobby is one of Southwest's hubs, and I'll be on board one of their 737-800 aircraft down to Houston Hobby. Southwest is a low-cost carrier, as I said, so they're probably not going to be offering anything as far as drinks are concerned, but they do have free seating, so you can pick any seat you want, because it's all economy class. There's no first class, no economy plus, nothing like that. But the cool thing about Southwest is that you can check 2 bags for free, no matter what, which a lot of your legacy carriers now only allow to check in 1, and that's if you have status. So that's a pretty cool thing for me from Southwest, and Southwest is a really popular airline here in the United States to fly. So let's go fly Southwest down to Houston, finally going back home, and I can wrap up this comparison of 3 flights in 3 days all throughout the United States. And one thing that I forgot to add in my review right there was that also Delta Airlines offers on their flights, when there's Wi-Fi, they also offer free Wi-Fi for messaging. So you can have free Wi-Fi for the entire duration of the flight and use it on apps like Facebook Messenger, iMessage, Instagram, WhatsApp, all those kind of apps, which I think is a really cool feature to give in economy for free. On American Airlines in first class, the Wi-Fi for the entire hour-and-a-half flight was $16, and for 1 hour it was $12. So this is a really cool feature from Delta that they let you do. You can't access Netflix or YouTube or any of that kind of stuff, but you can message for free. So that's something to keep in mind when booking your next trip in America. So just want to add that real quick, and now I have about 20 minutes until my flight to Houston boards. And here's my ride to Houston today, a 4-year-old Boeing 737-800 delivered new to Southwest back in 2016. A unique thing about Southwest Airlines are their stopovers. So this flight is going to Nashville and then on to Columbus, and it could be cheaper to book this flight than a direct flight to Columbus. So something to keep in mind when you book on Southwest Airlines, you may have one of these stopovers in a different city. The cabin of all Southwest planes are a 3-3 all economy configuration. And now the seat tour on Southwest. As you can see, there's no monitor on the seat back. Here is a tray table of a normal size. It does not come out though. Here's a seat back pocket. It also does not extend. This is the only size of it, so it's much smaller than what you find on a non-budget airline. The legroom though is very good, especially for a budget carrier. It's actually better than what I found on Delta. There's no in-flight power, no USB, no power outlet on the seat, so it's a very basic seat. This snack mix bag was the only food service on board, but for a low-cost carrier to give you any sort of free food is pretty rare, so I wasn't disappointed. They also came around with free ice water, but way cooler than the ice water are the napkins which it comes on. Unlike most airlines just have a simple ad on their napkins, Southwest actually has games, so tic-tac-toe and a word search to keep you occupied during the flight. I thought that was a really nice touch. So hello guys, and I am finally back home here in Houston at William P. Hobby Airport, the smaller of Houston's 2 airports. And what a day it has been. What a great travel day it has been. Definitely have gotten my fill of flying for the day. I'm good now for at least a week, I think. But it was a really cool day. Experienced 3 good airlines. This flight on Southwest was really nice. Southwest, I always feel like you get a lot for your money. This flight cost me $49 on their wanna get away fare, which is the lowest fare. And with that, I got a middle seat free. They're blocking off middle seats because of COVID. And then I also got the aisle seats also free, so I got the whole row free next to me. They also offer Wi-Fi for purchase, and they have an app where you can watch movies and live TV, ESPN, sports, news, whatever you want. So for the price, Southwest is really a great deal. And they fly to a lot of different places around America. So at the end of the day, my big comparison, I would say the best food I had.
Please do not sit, stand, walk on the belt.
Excuse the announcement.
Again,
the best food I had
was
probably American, which is a bit unfair because it was first class, but that's probably the best food I had. The most comfortable seat I had was probably American again. As far as the economy seats, I would say probably the Delta seat was more comfortable. Staff were really nice on all 3 flights. Really, they were both really nice on all 3 flights. Best value for your money, I would say probably Southwest again. The Southwest flight was $49, the Delta flight was $69, and the American flight was $59 plus an $89 upgrade. So I would say my favorite flight of the day was probably the American flight, which is, as I said, a little unfair because it was first class, but I thought all three airlines did a great job, a really, really good job. And I'd like to know in the comments what you think. If you've flown these airlines, what's your favorite airline? And also, would you pay the $89 upgrade to charge for first class on American, knowing you get to board earlier, bigger seat, food, drinks, all this kind of stuff? So thanks guys so much for coming along with me today. It's been a really great day. I know it's kind of a longer video, but I really hope it gave you a pretty good comparison of three different US airlines. So let me know in the comments what you thought about this video, about the airlines, and I can't wait to see you guys back again for my next video. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe this video if you like what you saw.